Moving on now to our other big political story on the buck stops here tonight. A selfie taken by Water Conservation Minister in Maharashtra, Pankaja Munde, has grabbed the headlines for all the wrong reasons, because this selfie was taken in drought-affected Latur. It was, of course, shared on Twitter along with a host of other pictures where Pankaja had gone to actually see the progress of work in drought relief. However, the opposition has called her insensitive. Pankaja has defended herself, saying she was really happy to see water in a trench and that's why she clicked a picture. Was Pankaja Munde guilty of insensitivity, or is this much ado about nothing? Joining us on the program, Shaina NC of the BJP, Praniti Shinde of the Congress, and of course senior journalist and editor Kumar Ketkar. Shaina NC, the fact of the matter is, in politics, perception and imaging is everything.
Yes.
And while Pankaja may have thought this was harmless, and while it may genuinely have been because she was happy to see water, do you believe on reflection that this was inappropriate?
Barkha, Pankaja is the Rural Development Minister. Jalyuk Shivar has been a monumental project where 1,20,000 constructions have already taken place. Forget me or general public, you have the Jal Purush of this country, Rajendra Singh, saying how it is a game changer. Now, Pankaja had not visited Latur, Beed, Usmanabad, Parbhani, Nanded for the first time. This is her fourth visit there. And when naturally she saw water in the trench, she took a photograph, feeling a sense of happiness that this is a movement where government and people have participated, and this is the outcome of a conclusive, good project in the interest of drought-prone areas. She has also in her ministry requested people in individual talukas in Maharashtra to post pictures of Jalyuk Shivar and to show how it has been successful and what has been done by the government, so that we can only improvise. Now, I think making such a big hue and cry out of a photograph that a minister of the concerned district has taken in 45 degrees Celsius to show that this is something that we have accomplished and will only work at a much faster speed if people participate. I really don't get where this controversy is coming from. You've got clarification after clarification given by her and by the ministry itself to say that this is not the first odd selfie. There are people in villages that have also been sending selfies, some of which are happy, some of which are question marks vis-a-vis completion of the projects, etc. And do understand, the people who are raking up this controversy are the people why we are in this plight today. 70,000 crores spent by the Congress NCP and not 1% more of irrigated land. What does that suggest? Is that not a loot? And if 7 out of 11 dams in Marathwada don't have a drop of water, what does that suggest?
Praniti, I think that's a very fair question, that given that the irrigation scam it was the product of the Congress NCP government, really is one selfie by Pankaja Munde the biggest issue that the opposition can find?
You know, let me just say, this is not one incident in isolation. It's been over a period of time. The BJP government has been very insensitive about the way they have dealt with grave and serious situations like the drought or the farmer suicides. It is not just Pankaja Munde. Today, even Uma Bharti ji went on record saying drought is a calamity which cannot be planned for. In fact, drought is one of the few calamities which can be planned for. There is a rule book 2009 which needed to be followed, anticipating this drought, which was, which is the worst ever in the last 2 years. And I think let's not politicize this issue. This selfie is one random act. It's a very insensitive act on the part of the government. Let's not trivialize the issue by who's taken a selfie or what. It's just the insensitiveness of the government to handle grave situations like the drought or the farmer suicides. And let's not, two wrongs don't make a right. So let's just try and think how we can deal with this better.
Kumar Ketkar, the fact of the matter is that whether it's the irrigation scam of the Congress NCP government in Maharashtra or Kerala officials who have damned both the Prime Minister and Rahul Gandhi for visiting during the fire tragedy that took place in Kollam, that too, some would say, speaks to the need for important politicians to be photographed at important events. The fact is, politicians may say, Kumar, we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't. Is Pankaja Munde's selfie really a big issue for you as a Maharashtrian?
I don't think Pankaja Munde's selfie issue is a very big issue at all. It is just the epidemic of this Philistine social media that has actually raised this ruckus. I personally feel that I don't think insensitivity and all that 70,000 crore rupees scam and everything can be linked with this issue of selfie that Pankaja has taken. It is absolutely possible that Pankaja took that selfie quite innocently in the sense that she wanted to show that there is such a crisis and how they are helping. But that is not the issue at all. The question is the drought situation in Maharashtra is so serious and whether the government is as serious as the situation is. And on that front, selfie is not the issue at all. I think opposition seems to be finding no other subject and that's why they seem to be raising ruckus. But I think Pranati put it properly. It's not a question of selfie. It is a question of overall approach and overall insensitivity to the issue, and that is perhaps because the BJP is not rooted in agriculture and in rural Maharashtra, and therefore they do not. Pankaja is actually rooted in Marathwada, and Marathwada is rural Maharashtra. So I don't think Pankaja will be so foolish and so idiotic to take a selfie which will allow her to actually make an issue out of it.
Kumar, so you are saying the selfie is a non-issue?
Yeah, I don't think selfie is
May
a
I
big
please
issue at all.
respond?
Do you believe that in this age of social media, she's been put on the defensive, Kumar? And then I'll let Shaina come in.
Well, actually, these kind of issues to be picked up and put on social media and trying to question every single action of any minister, any writer, any actor, I think is going just too far. And I think the selfie issue of Pankaja Munde is completely non-issue. The issue should be how the drought is to be tackled.
So on that, what would be your question to the BJP? On the drought handling, what would be your question to the BJP, Kumar?
Drought handling has been miserable even during Congress and NCP rule. It has been continuous story. And let us admit two facts, simple facts. You cannot have 100% irrigation in Maharashtra, corruption or no corruption. You cannot have 100% land irrigated with or without rains, with or without dams. Let us face it. The problem is Maharashtra has a large, huge rain shadow area and we have to manage agriculture within the limits of possible rain and within the limits of possible irrigation. That is how the planning should be done, recognizing the limits. And I think that is a problem.
All right, Shaina, let's bring you in there. Shaina, go ahead.
May I reply? Yes. Barkha, first and foremost, our government came into power 2 years ago and the first thing we did was Jalyuk Shivar, only because we thought that this is a solution where 20,000 villages can be irrigated irrespective of climatic patterns. It could be hailstorms, it could be drought, it could be flooding, etc. Now, the kind of implementation of our government is not just limited to irrigated land, it is also to ensure that the farmers' lives are empowered and we are not just constantly doling out subsidies, SOPs, rice at 2 rupees, wheat at 3 rupees, etc. Whether it is educational packages which go down to drought affected zones, not just primary, secondary, but also postgraduate for the first time in the history of Maharashtra, whether it is using technologies like in Israel where you use 1 drop per crop, better technology to ensure that we have cash rich crops, better systems so that the farmer earns money, loan waivers and these kind of subsidies have been in the past as well, whether they reach down or not was a huge question mark. But our government has constantly said solar water pumps, better crops, better irrigation, and if in Maharashtra we can't even increase our irrigated land by 1% after spending 70,000 crores, what does it speak? Today, if in Marathwada you have 11 dams, out of which 7 don't have a drop of water. When Mr. Khadse went to Latur and to Miraj, the entire project was to take water from a defunct dam which existed, and we have implemented that 30 lakh liters of water are reaching Latur and Bid every single day. So I don't think that we've not done enough. If at all, when we market it or speak about it, you say you're only talking. When we show it, you're saying you're only showing. So what does one do in this scenario? You have to empower the farmer so that he has a better crop, a better livelihood, and does away with the dismal situation that has been a backlog of history.
Pranati.
You know, I just feel that, yeah, of course, the selfie is very inconsequential in comparison to the entire drought situation, which is so grave. But the BJP government refuses to go beyond this selfie, WhatsApp, Facebook and Twitter culture. The ground reality, they are very disconnected from the ground reality, and the ground reality is far from all these selfies and Twitter and Facebook. They should go beyond this. And you know, Shaina and mentioned Mr. Kharse going to Marathwada, but 10,000 liters of water was wasted on his helipad, for his temporary helipad which was made, and they're insensitive to that. Like for example,
vis-a-vis
there's an issue of
30 lakh
3 lakh
liters
daily
which was
women
given
workers in
every
Maharashtra.
single day.
Nobody is listening to them. So the government is extremely insensitive, refusing to listen to the common man and the problems of the common man. This is the problem with the BJP. Why wasn't the manual implemented? She goes on, they go on about the Jalyog Shivar, which is in effect, a Congress scheme, which again, the name was changed and implemented. Why didn't they implement the manual book?
So you should have implemented it. You all did. We did.
Then the drought situation could have been handled better. Sending trains and tankers is a last resort. Ground resources of water had to be tapped. Why didn't the BJP do that well? Why wasn't this manual implemented? Why wasn't
the fact that a helipad at this time is being used.
Manual? Why were they insensitive about it?
Shaina, the fact that thousands of liters of water are being used to wash the helipad of a visiting minister. This seems hugely problematic.
Barkha, please let me clarify that as well. Please let me clarify that as well. Eknath Khadse is a mass leader, somebody who everyone in Maharashtra respects. Despite his health condition, he went to Latur, met with the tehsildars, the collectors, announced and implemented a mammoth project of 30 lakh liters every single day. The people of Latur said that you have wiped away our tears. The local MLAs who belong to the Congress also said the same and applauded Mr. Khadse. And all we're going on about is what water was consumed for the chopper to be flown off and on, when it wasn't even the figure that we're talking about. So I think somewhere we've lost the plot. We're focusing on the non-issues. The issue is that if in Latur you're getting 35 lakh liters of water by sheer implementation and political will, where in 15 days it has been executed through a defunct dam which is 10 kilometers away. Nobody had the political will to talk about all of that. Nobody has any solutions other than pointing fingers. So my appeal is, in this great state of ours in Maharashtra, if we positively work, proactively work, whether it's what Pankaja showed today in a selfie as a moment to say there is water in a trench, and if the rain does fall, we will be in a position to conserve and have rainwater harvesting and conservation of water at every single segment. That is what the moral of this story is.
All right, Kumar Ketkar, you get the last word.
Well, the last word is very simple. Actually, Prime Minister Narendra Modi started the selfie culture even before he became Prime Minister. Now the nemesis has struck. Now Pankaja's selfie has become a talking point. So I think it is a question of relating to the world through selfies and through tweets. They all started it with social media. They played up the social media to such hype that they thought they got elected because of the social media. Now they are getting the same thing back. So I think social media, if it is irresponsible now, it was also irresponsible then. It was Philistine now, and it has been always Philistine. I think they are just getting the same coin back.
Now we'll have to have a separate debate on the social media at another time, Kumar. But strong words there. I'm sure Kumar Ketkar will be getting trolled tonight. But no matter, Kumar, some of us get trolled every day. Not a big deal. Shaina NC, Pranati Shinde, Kumar Ketkar, thank you so much for joining us on the Buck Stops here.